welcome to After the Whistle. I'm State Senator Matt Woods, and I know you're looking forward to this season, and so am I. I want to thank everyone who's involved in making this tradition so special. To our student athletes, the coaches, the cheerleaders, the sports trainers, and booster clubs, your hard work and practice will soon be on full display, and I want to wish you a safe and successful season. To our band members and directors, the dance line and halftime performers, thank you for your countless hours of preparation that go into each performance. Also, let's remember our administrators and teachers, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas who are supporting their students. May the Lord grant you safe travels each week as you move about. To our students, I'm asking that you do your best and represent your school and community with class and sportsmanship. This is an exciting time in your lives, and I hope you love every minute. Thank you for watching this broadcast and enjoy the game.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the playoff edition of After the Whistle. I'm Jeremy Moon, alongside the Daily Mountain Eagles, Jonathan Bentley. We're going to cover last night's quarterfinal games that affect teams from our area, which Addison is our last team standing. They had a big win over Marion County last night, but we're also going to talk about Hubbardsville, who hung in the first half with Wadley, but Wadley came back and beat them in the second half. So Addison goes up to Marion County to Guin, and we're down at the half and came back and scored 20 unanswered points to win the game 28-22 with a big win for Coach Mark Hastings, who we'll hear from after the break.
Yeah, it was a good big win. You know, Coach Hastings never been this far before, which is hard to believe. It's the first time this is the first time he's got 12 wins and made the semis. So might as well get them both out of the way.
Right.
Thursday night. But I'm glad they moved it because it was kind of ugly, just messy yesterday.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, not a lot of, storms, so to speak, but just a soaking rain, and you want them to play in as good of conditions as they can. As we mentioned earlier, Wadley had trailed with 9 minutes to go, trailed Hubbardsville 26-14, and then Wadley storms back on Hubbardsville, who's semi-local, and wins 62-38.
Yeah, I mean, this is Hubbardsville's undefeated.
Wow.
I mean, goes into this game undefeated, has the lead at Wadley, and that's just a different kind of beast over there. I mean, this is not your typical 1A ball.
Right, and we discussed it before the show aired. Wadley is 25 games on their winning streak, number one team in the state. And Addison will actually host them next week. And Meek hosted them a couple of weeks ago.
Right. They're making their second trip to Winston County, which is crazy.
It's unreal. So if you're looking for a good game to go see next week or the coming week, the semifinals will be in Addison, Alabama at Hicks Stadium. So if you can, go out and support Coach Hastings and the Addison Bulldogs. They've got a great team and are on a roll. It looks like if they can control the ball next week and limit turnovers and do things right, they have a chance against the number one team in the state. Stay with us, and when we come back from the break, we'll talk to Coach Mark Hastings on our Pinnacle Bank Coaches Hotline.
There's a new dealer in Jasper, Alabama, folks, and it is called North Country Ford, and you're going to love the way we do business. Every dealer right now is running From America for America Ford campaign that offers employee pricing. You pay what we pay. We're going to do better than that. We're going to go up to $5,000 below that, plus $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book if you trade in. Lifetime powertrain warranty, no other dealer even offers that. So make the short drive to Jasper, Alabama, because that's where business is being done. Hurry while supplies is at its best. I'll see you soon.
Bama State is your community college for
high wage, high demand career tech training,
rapid workforce certifications,
life-changing adult education opportunities.
Your story starts at Bama State.
I'm Kevin Callahan, and I'm the owner and general manager of Honda of Jasper. The investment we made in renovating our facility is a statement in our belief in our product, our people, and the Jasper community. The confidence we have in the Honda brand made doing a remodel an easy decision, because when you invest in your business, you invest in the community and the people that live there. Watching our business grow as Jasper has grown shows us we've made the right decision.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back to After the Whistle, the playoff edition. On our Pinnacle Bank Coaches Hotline right now, we have head coach Mark Hastings of the Addison Bulldogs. Coach, congrats on another big win in the quarterfinals.
Well, I appreciate it. I was proud of our boys the way we came back second half and played a lot better. But you know, hats off to Marion County. They came out really strong and gave us a lot of trouble early on. But I was proud of the way our kids responded.
Coach, would you say there's like a sense of urgency in the way y'all play in the second half the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I definitely think so. This past week, you know, we went in and, you know, and my message to them at halftime was, you know, we made some mistakes. Let's you know, get where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there, and we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to open it up, take a few more shots, and that kind of stuff. But you know, we got the ball coming out. We go down, score, and get a stop and score. Now we're ahead. You know, I think that kind of picked them up a little bit, because I think they were, you know, already kind of looking at that. Hey, you know, we thought this might be easier, even though they were told all week, you know, that this was a good team, and they were a bad matchup for us. Some of the stuff they do and with their personnel, but like I said, I was proud of our kids to come back like they did.
Absolutely. Well, and you had Elijah Roberts. He was responsible for now 40 touchdowns for the season, but that overshadows a good defensive effort that you guys had, especially in the second half against Marion County, I think.
Well, you know, and you have to go back and look at that and go, wow, you know, that really was a great effort. You know, their first score was on fourth down. We thought we had them stopped there, and then we had two stops that got turned over by penalties, and score right before half. We just had, you know, one guy got there out of position, another got there a tad late, you know, and so and then that last score, you know, had them stopped again, and they made a, you know, outstanding play to get the first down, and so you know, all in all, we gave up some yards again, but you know, I thought we really stiffened, and I bet another thing, you know, of course the turnovers were big, but we also had several negative plays that helped out as well.
Right, and we talked about it last week, kind of a bend but don't break effort. But you know, when you're playing a team that deep into the playoffs, like Marion County, it's really difficult to reel off 20 unanswered points.
Well, it is. I mean, and Marion County has been playing. I mean, they had a great playoff, and they'd already been on a good run. I think they'd won 7 or 8, something like that in a row, and had won them convincingly. So, going in, we knew they were hot, but being able to score coming out at halftime was huge. And then once we did get the lead, we were able to get a turnover and score again real quick. And so that made that last drive. We didn't have to feel like we had to sell out. We just knew we had to stay in front of them and hopefully eat a lot of clock. And if they were going to score, they were going to have to score with very little to no time, and that's pretty much what happened.
Right.
So.
Coach, talk about some of these DBs. I know one of the turning points of the game was when I think y'all pinned them on a punt, and then y'all had an interception right there, like maybe the 2 or 3 yard line. Who made that interception?
Yeah, that was actually Skylar Cleghorn. He's one of our defensive linemen. He's a guy that is quick, gets in the backfield a lot. He had a couple sacks and several nice plays, but he saw what was going on, and he backed up a little bit and backed up right in his lane. He threw it right to him, and I was really surprised he didn't didn't score, because he was pulling loose there, and I thought he was going to be able to step in. But what a great play that was, and we had one a big interception on that last drive that possibly could have ended it there that Connor Lane made, and that was his second. Would have been his second of the night. He made one earlier, and then Trenton Burns had a big one there, I believe in the third quarter, and made a nice return. And, it set us up, down in their territory. So, those did a really good job, and we got Silas Frazier played solid on the other side. Scout Flynn, our safety, played well.
Right.
Judah Wilkins, he's kind of our hybrid. He'll play safety and linebacker. He played well. So, one of the things I was most afraid of was that the quarterback would have a lot of time to be able to throw, and that we wasn't going to be able to get to him. And we didn't get to him great, but our DBs and we covered so well downfield that gave our linemen a chance to work and eventually make some sacks.
Right. Well, y'all were just hitting on it, Coach. We've seen the highlight package, and all of your DBs are coming up and making sure tackles, and that's going to play a big role next week against Wadley, is just getting them on the ground, the first effort, and not letting them break any tackles or get into the open field. And those young men look like they're doing a great job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, being able to fill the hole at the line of scrimmage and not giving them big holes to run through and trying to get them to to run flat to the line rather than downhill. That's going to be a key for us to have some success defensively. And then if you've watched them play much, they got a quarterback that can sling it downfield, and they got 2 or 3 guys that if nothing else, they just go and box you out and play basketball on you and pull it down. So they've we've got a huge challenge ahead of us, but our kids they've risen all year long. And, I expect the same out of them, and I feel like we got guys that match up a little bit in the back end with some of their guys. We're just going to have to we're going to try to make them one-dimensional if we can. But of course, that'll be a big help to us.
Absolutely. Well, and like you were talking about, they've got some size as far as their outside threats, but you guys are not undersized. Y'all got a little bit of size, especially for a 1A school on that back end of the defense there.
Yeah, I mean we're definitely not tiny, and we're athletic back there.
Right.
So that's been big for us. We've made some mistakes through the year, but we've also learned from them. And like I said, we keep them covered, and if we can get some pressure on the quarterback and hopefully make some negative plays. But if we don't, they throw it. We're hoping to be continue doing what we're doing, get good position, and be able to at least defend the pass. The worst case scenario, make a tackle after they catch it. But and we've got to be able to get up there and stop the run like we have. They play a lot of 2 tight end sets. So our corners, anything off the edge, they're going to be involved in. So, like I said, we've got a work cut out for us. We should be you know, our kids are excited about playing.
Coach, I remember before the playoffs started, you said y'all hadn't had your best game yet. Now that we're 3 rounds in, have you seen it yet?
No, we the same thing. You know, we started a little slow Friday. We started a little slow the week before that. You know, I felt like 2 weeks ago it was a focus issue, and I think last week, you know, it was just we were just not quite where we needed to be, and I think they were, you know, they were a little more physical than some of our kids had expected, and so once we adapted, I think we were fine. But no, you know, and I still don't think we have. And you know, this coming Friday, if you know, for us to have our best game, this will be the perfect time to do it. And because it's going to take that. I mean, this bunch is really good. But you know, this deep playoffs, you've got to expect that. And you got to expect that you know, that your team will play well. So hopefully we'll put it together and see if we can you know, get a big win. Of course, but like I said, our kids are very excited. We're going to go out and see how it goes.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, and we touched on it a few shows ago how the Addison community really supports the football team, and you've got a big advantage playing this team at home. It's not very often you see the #1 team in the state on a 25-game winning streak, and they're on the road, and you're hosting them.
Yeah, man, that's definitely an advantage that we have, you know, and that's a long travel for them.
Right.
They're used to it, though, I'm sure, and you know, and if we were doing the opposite, you know, we would take a good business approach. I believe our kids were. We got, you know, we play a lot of young kids, a lot of sophomores, and several freshmen play, and so forth. But you know, they've really grown up, and they, for the most part, approach things the right way. So, but playing at home definitely, you know, that's going to help out. We know our community will be there, and our kids are excited about, you know, them being out, you know, having the community out support them like they do, and having a big crowd. You know that people are there to support you, and so it'll be big for our kids and big for the community as well.
Absolutely, Coach. And we look forward to seeing that too, and we're excited for y'all to host that Wadley squad. And you definitely got a lot of things that are leaning in your favor. We hope you get out to a hot start this time, though.
Yeah, if we come out slow Friday, we may be in trouble. But you know, hopefully our kids understand that, and you know, and just execute coming out and try to put ourselves in the best position we can. So you know, I feel good about what our kids will you know, be able to do, and we're just going to try to put together a game plan best we can. And you know, I think the kids focus up and execute, and, you know, we'll see where we're staying.
All right, Coach, I haven't seen Wadley. I know you've seen them on the tape. How would you describe them to somebody that hadn't watched them play?
Well, they play two tights a lot. They run a wishbone a good bit. They'll break it every once in a while for a few things, but they're a power team straight up, and they got a couple of big backs, and then they've got one that can really run. So, you know, either one can break tackles at the line. So, you know, you feel like you may have a whole field, but then you got to have to bring them down. And you know, they got a big kid that runs the ball. And, once he gets going, he can really run. And you know, just watching last night's game, you know, a lot of people bounce off of him. And, he just pushes some away, and you can't run in there and grab him by the foot. He'll just pull out of it. You can't run in there and, you know, and try to knock him down. You're just going to have to get in there and get a hold of him and get some help. And, you know, that's kind of what we preach anyway. So hopefully we'll be able to slow them down. Right.
Well, from what I've seen, y'all are the best matchup for that bunch that they'll see in the playoffs so far. As far as y'all's, you're more fundamentally sound than a lot of the teams they faced, it looks like on film. So I believe that's going to work in your favor.
Right. Well, we hope so. You know, I mean, that's one of the things we preach for the kids a lot. You know, we've got some talented kids, but you know, we don't have, you know, the super athletes like some of these teams have, but and that's what we preach to them all the time. We got to play good fundamentals. We got to play our technique the way we're supposed to, and everybody's got to be on the same page. And if we keep doing that, then we're going to be competitive regardless of who we play.
Right.
So our kids understand that, and hopefully we'll be able to execute that next week. Well,
Coach, we appreciate you joining us this Saturday morning. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll be pulling for you.
Well, I appreciate it, fellas, and maybe we'll get to talk next week.
Yes, sir. I hope so. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all stay with us, and after the break, we'll cover some of Saturday's college football slate.
Walker County and the surrounding communities since 2016. Carrying over 7 different manufacturers, Timberline Homes will have several options to suit your style and budget. Timberline Homes is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., located on Highway 78 in Jasper. Give Timberline Homes a call at 387-1002 or visit them online at timberlinejasperal.com. Ken Glover Drug is your local-owned Health Mart pharmacy. Our friendly professional staff will be glad to answer your questions and help you with your medications. We offer a full line of medical equipment and diabetic supplies. We accept most insurance plans, and for faster refills, you can visit us online. For pharmacy, medical equipment, gifts, and more, visit King Glover Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Football season is here, and you need a new sofa. Check these out.
Like this dual reclining sofa, on sale now for $8.99.
This 7-piece power reclining sectional is on sale now for only $53 a month. Justin, show us something else.
Like this sectional right here, only $38 a month. TJ, close us out.
And this comfy sectional is only $24.99. As you can see, this football season, there's only one place to buy your sofa, and it's just down the road from all those high prices.
Welcome to Jasper Pickers Flea Market and Antique Mall, located at 315 Highway 78 West in Jasper, open every day of the week, Monday through Friday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. There's something for everyone here, so come shop with us. Interested in renting a vendor booth? Call Greg at 205-512-1101. That's Jasper Pickers, located on Highway 78 in Jasper.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Welcome back to After the Whistle, the playoff edition. We're going to cover some of Saturday's college football games. On SEC Plus. Now, let me get that right. Alabama will be playing Eastern Illinois, and we talked about their game last week. I gave a little warning on Florida State, and I gave them a little warning last week, and they didn't heed it, either one of them.
Need to not give them a warning.
No,
They'll figure it out.
Well, that was a tough one. Auburn will be playing Mercer also on SEC Plus at the same time. I think that's 1 p.m. today. UAB will be at South Florida. Samford will play at Texas A&M, a tough game. That's about to be on in just a few minutes. Jacksonville State will be at Florida International at 2, and that's on CBS Sports Network.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
We appreciate you joining us throughout the season. As we leave you today, we've got a special highlight package for the entire 2025 football season. So stay tuned. You'll see someone you know on it. It'll cover every team from start to finish this year.